Hi friend, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you are already subscribed. My name is Taylor. I'm a witch here on YouTube. I read tarot and talk all about spirituality. So in this video, we're going to be seeing what you could be doing to attract more love into your life, whether it's romantic love, platonic love, familial love, or self-love. We're going to see like what's keeping that energy from being blocked off into coming into your life, and how you can open yourself up to more of that, to both give and receive love, because the energy of love is so important. And as we move into the spring, depending on when you're watching this, I really feel the energy starting to shake itself back up. So this is a perfect time to reintroduce teaching yourself how to love others and yourself. So I have 3 piles for you to choose from today. Our first pile is this Rainbow Bright pin. She's going to be our pile number 1. Pile number 2, we have the Lucky Care Bear. I think that's what it is. I almost called him Shamrock Care Bear. Really doesn't want to focus. It's the Lucky Care Bear for pile number 2. And pile number 3 is our little Goth Unicorn. It's going to be my pile number 3s. Okay, so go ahead and take a minute, use your intuition to select a pile. All my social medias, as well as my website, if you're interested in a personal reading or an astrology consultation, will be linked in the description box down below, as well as the timestamps for each pile. So, with that being said, I will go ahead and meet you in your reading. Hi pile 1, if you chose the Rainbow Bright pin, you are in the right place. So we're going to see how you can attract more love into your life and just kind of open yourself up to that energy. How you can cultivate that both for yourself and the other people around you. So let's start off by getting the energetic reading of kind of what your baseline is now. So Spirit, how is my pile 1 doing with exuding the energy of self-love? Okay, we have South Node passed. Some of you need to do, well, all of you really here, need to do some forgiveness meditation, forgiveness spells if you do spell work, just some forgiveness work around mistakes that you've made in the past. I think you judge yourself too harshly for things that you've done before, and you wish that things were different, like you could take them back. And I think that's what's keeping you in this place where you feel very stagnant. The number 33 might also be significant to you. We have trine, sextile, symbiosis. I want to get a clarifier for this one here. Also, what I'm hearing with this card is you guys are judging yourself much too harshly. Like, we're all our own worst critics, but I think you are especially so, pile 1, because you expect yourself to be perfect in everything that you do. So you're looking back on your past mistakes and really judging yourself for every single mistake you've made. Even though you were doing the best you could with the information that you had at the time, you still feel like you always could have done a better job. But there's plenty of people in your life around you that see you as somebody who's very wise. They're seeing you as this like big bird here. They're seeing you as somebody who learns from their mistakes and uses that knowledge to make better choices in the future, whereas you see yourself in a much more negative light than the other people around you. I don't even think that you try to be as self-critical as you are. I think actually a lot of you have worked very hard on your self-concept and your idea of self-love, but what you have yet to learn and integrate into your life is that self-love is unconditional. And I think your self-love is very much based in conditions. Like when you're making the best decisions, like for example, let's say when you're eating the most healthy, or you're working out the most, or you're keeping up with your meditation routines, that's when you're really pouring self-love into yourself, because you're doing what you're like supposed to do. But I want you to extend the courtesy to yourself to be brave enough to show up and love yourself in the harshest of conditions, because it's great to pour that love into yourself when you're doing things that make you feel like high vibrational, right? Like you're exercising, you're eating right, you're meditating. Of course, you're going to create more of that loving energy because you're in a state of love. But I think of how powerful it would be just to extend some of that to yourself when you're in a state that isn't so loving, and how that could be like saving yourself from a love drought, really. We also have Capricorn Achieve here. I think that this is because you guys are very much so perfectionists. You're very much so high-performing people. So this goes to every area of your life, not just love, self-love. You're just very much so critical of how much you're able to achieve and get done in a day. And if you're not familiar with this saying, like, you're a human being, not a human doing, I think that you're very much so concerned with productivity and how much you can get done. And of course, like, that to an extent is important because that's just living, right? But I think that you wrap a lot of your self-worth up in that, and that's something that is definitely holding you back from truly and fully loving yourself. And I don't want to deliver these messages to you just to give you more reasons to kind of like pick at yourself. I'm not saying this as like a read, and I definitely don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, like how, I don't know, like just get super self-critical over it. I don't want you to think about it like that, because we're all human. Nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. And I think that you're exactly where you need to be, in the sense of you've made enough progress in other areas of developing your self-love and self-concept that now you're being shown this like very strong. I'm sure that a lot of you are Capricorns or have Capricorns in significant placements in your charts, because this is a very central part of your personality. So I don't think that this is something that you need to change every single thing about. I think that you are somebody who is going to err on the side of more perfectionistic tendencies, which is fine because that makes you who you are. But just sprinkling in where you can manage in hard moments and extending yourself like a hand of self-love, I think would be really beneficial for you. Okay, we also have Scorpio here. So some of you guys might have Scorpio placement, Scorpio moon in specific. Yeah, that's all I'm really getting with that card there. But I think that gives us a pretty good idea of your idea of self-love right now. I don't think that you're the least self-loving person, but I think that this is just an area of struggle for you. It's something that probably your whole life, it's very much so a big part of who you are. And there's nothing wrong with that, but just learning to be a little bit more compassionate with yourself, I think, could go a long way. So now let's see, what are we attracting as far as love goes into your life? So we're going to use the tarot deck for this. Spirit, what is my pile one attracting in love? I think I'm going to use a little bit of astrology oracle actually too for this. What is my pile one attracting in love, Spirit? Okay, we have the, you know, every time I see this card, I like forget what this is. I don't know what to call it, but I do know how to read it. You're attracting a partner who you want somebody to be like dominating over you, and not in a negative way, but you want somebody to take the weight of shared responsibility with you. You're tired of feeling like you're the only one who has to carry like baggage, because I feel like in a lot of relationships in your life, you are naturally somebody who is in a more masculine energy regardless of sex. So I think you're the one who's like figuring out plans the most often. You're paying the bills, just putting stuff together more often. So you're attracting a partner right now, and not even just in a love sense, but the friendships you're attracting, things like that, are also people who have a even more masculine energy than you do. And I think that this is coming at a really important time for you, because this is something I felt a lot of you be like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I want. Like, I just need somebody that like help me take some of these responsibilities. But I think that these people, and I'm getting like a soulmate in specific, a soul connection, like showing up. So again, friendship, relationship, doesn't matter, but these people are showing up for you to teach you a lot of different things. The first thing is that yes, you do want this, but also expect this relationship or this friendship to trigger you, because you're not used to having somebody else. As much as you think that you just want somebody to do stuff for you, you're a perfectionist, and you're somebody who's like, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. So expect this relationship, this friendship, to be a stepping stone, literally like a stepping stone, and a learning point for you to learn how to share responsibility with somebody else. Learn how to be able to understand that it doesn't always have to be you doing this stuff. Because I think that other people and you have put yourself in that role for a long time. What else? Okay, we have the Emperor in reverse. Yes. So you guys are definitely attracting, just in general, you're stepping into a position where you are allowing yourself, and the universe is reflecting that towards you as well. You're in that feminine energy. So like Emperor in reverse, we're looking at as the Empress, right? So you're stepping into a more feminine energy, more receptive chapter of your life, which I think is much needed and much overdue for you. And this is, again, as a result of like, this goes in such order here, because we started with saying like giving yourself like more compassion. And by doing that, whatever you have going on internally, the world is going to reflect that out to you, right? Because like as within, so without. And when you're allowing yourself to be more compassionate within, the world is more compassionate with you. You're naturally in a more receptive energy. And I think that's something that you've been looking forward to for a really long time. And you have only yourself to thank for that, because you have put in the work, and sometimes the work is no work at all and just the allowance of shifting. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. Love this. This is wish fulfillment, of course. We have the Genie. Some of you guys, I'm getting really strong on this card too. I think the Genie really in this deck looks like the Genie from Aladdin. So there might be some messages in the movie Aladdin for you if you want to go and look at that. And you know what actually is coming through really strongly? Like speaking of that relationship, friendship, the dynamic between Jasmine and Aladdin in that movie is you're entering this partnership, this friendship with somebody who is different than the usual like partnerships and friendships that you have attracted in the past. It's somebody who's there to like shake things up for you. It's somebody who is there to push you out of your comfort zone. But yeah, I see like a lot of you think that manifesting is work. You think that you have to work super hard to achieve things, and really manifestation is about like you're meeting the universe like a quarter of the way, halfway, whatever it is. But I think that by being in this more receptive energy, you're manifesting much faster because you're not fighting against anything. You're not creating a state of resistance. Let's get one more of these before we move on to the other oracle. Okay, and we have this Queen of Cups here. Beautiful card to finish the reading off on. You know what I just noticed? All of these moons are in the same phase. I don't know. I really should know what it's called, but I don't. Oops. Is it a waning moon? They're all three in the same phase. So look that up and see what that moon phase means in specific, because we have 3 out of 4 cards with that moon phase. It's just really interesting to me. It's really sticking out. But with the Queen of Cups, again, like you're just in that feminine energy. I think that this chapter of your life is going to be partially uncomfortable for you as much as it is beneficial for you, because you're not used to being so like mushy gushy. And I think it makes you go outside of your comfort zone, because you're somebody who's very much so like you stonewall yourself, you stonewall other people sometimes because you're not super comfortable with that feminine part of yourself, or you haven't been connected to it in a really long time. And that could be for a number of reasons, but this chapter is really about opening yourself up to that emotional part of life, because as much as you might not want to connect with the tears, with the sensitivity of what comes with that energy, when we connect with that energy, we also connect with the energy of creation and reception, and it's just a really beautiful place to be in. So that's what I got for you from the tarot. Let's finish off final messages from our oracle deck. Okay. I think you're going to be just fine, pile 1. I really do. And I think that you know that too. You're somebody who, like I said, is not lacking in, I think I said this, you're not lacking in self-confidence whatsoever. I think there's just parts of yourself that you're not so comfortable with because they're maybe softer than the hard exterior you like to portray. Okay, we have 19 sirens. Responsibilities, lessons, and growing up. You know, for you too, with it saying growing up, what stands out for me is it's actually like a reverse thing for you, because I feel like you grew up very early, especially for my Capricorn and Scorpio moon people in this pile. I feel like you had to grow up very early. So now a part of your soul's development and sort of the lessons that you're learning is seeing where a part of that growing up is about returning to your inner child and reparenting yourself. We have 5 Anunnaki? That is not how you say that. Controlling drama, conflict of interest. Interesting. Some of you guys might have mutable signs in your charts. Gemini specifically. Because I'm seeing like indecisiveness. Like being pulled in 2 different directions. Fire elements, warrior, passion, fearlessness. Okay. I think this here is about letting yourself get angry, letting yourself feel that fiery passion. I think you're very uncomfortable with more vulnerable emotions in general, pile 1. So whether that be sadness or anger, I don't think that you feel comfortable with those things at all. And I don't know if you even know that you don't feel comfortable with that. But within those emotions, within that energy, they're not negative emotions, because a lot of beauty can be born from both sadness and anger. And specifically with anger here being highlighted, when you're not tapped into the energy of anger, you're also not tapped into the energy of bravery and of passion. So I think that this is a big highlight in what's coming in the coming months for you. So that is all I have for you, my pile 1. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave me a like, leave me a comment letting me know if it resonated with you. And if you like my vibe, please do stay and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. But either way, thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful and blessed week. Bye. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Lucky Shamrock Care Bear, you are in the right place. So we're going to go ahead and use the Astrology Oracle to get an overall energy reading from you right now. See how you view yourself and how your self-love, your self-concept is right now. We'll start off with that and then we'll get some messages from the tarot and kind of expand on it. So Spirit, can you tell me about my pile 2's self-concept right now? Okay, we have progressions, journey. Some of you have made a lot, well, the amount of progress all of you have made is going to be different, but all of you have made a tremendous amount of progress on this, I get the sense, very long self-love journey that you've been on. We have 4th house home. A lot of you grew up in an environment that I don't think it was necessarily not so loving, but it taught you a lot of bad habits. It taught you to place limitations on your dreams. Even if your parents didn't mean to do that or whoever raised you, sometimes we can project our own fears onto other people. So, you know, it's coming through really strongly. If you've ever seen Zootopia, there's like a part where the little rabbit in it, Judy Hopps, she like wants to be the first ever like bunny cop, and her parents are like, you know how me and your mom got to be so happy? And she's like, no, like how? And they're like, well, we gave up on our dreams and we settled for the things we have. And I think that's kind of like what's been the generational theme in your family's life. And so that message, those messages got passed on to you, and you're kind of learning how to purge those things out, because you're someone who, you're not like the black sheep of your family, you're like the tie-dye sheep of your family. So it's not like your family has like cast you out, really. It's more so that you just go to the beat of your own drum. And I think that it's hard for your parents and maybe even your siblings to understand you. And it's hard for you to understand why you're so different from your siblings as well. We have Midheaven Pinnacle, but you have big dreams. You have big dreams here, pile 1. And I do get the sense, because I'm hearing in my head, actually, I heard the phrase betting on myself. I do think that you feel enough confidence, at least in yourself, to be placing bets on who you are. You believe in the things that you're good at. If some of you own businesses or you're just in college, whatever it is that you're chasing, I think it's going to be different for everybody. You believe in your skills and your talent and your knowledge in whatever area it is for you, because you know, like, this is what I was born to do. Like, you just feel it really strongly. Okay, we have retrograde review. want to get a clarifier for this one here. You're a very career-driven person, though. You're a very dream-driven person, just in general. So even if that extends beyond career, you've always been like a very big dreamer. 8th house mystery. You're somebody who's interested in the taboo. You're interested, and I mean, you're on a tarot reading, right? So like, you're somebody who's interested in the occult, in spirituality, in divination, because the 8th house looks at things that are hidden. It just talks about all stuff like that. So I think that's why that tie-dye sheep energy from you was coming through so strongly, because you pride yourself on not being like other people. Even if you are more similar to other people than you would like to believe, you pride yourself on being a unique individual, because I think that was highly emphasized for you when you were younger. You might have been bullied because of this, but it's also made you really attach onto this identity of uniqueness, and I think that it's had you garner a lot of self-assuredness in this area. Like, you're using your uniqueness to build like a brand. So I think it worked out ultimately in your favor. Let's go ahead and get messages from the tarot here. Okay. You're like right to the point, pile two. So you're a big dreamer. We got that, but I want to know specifically, like, what is being blocked? What is blocking love from coming into your life? Spirit, what is blocking love from coming in my pile two's life? Okay, we have Temperance. I think where you are a dreamer in other areas, and this makes sense why it came through so strongly with like career, and I think you're a very methodical person and the way you work towards things. I think you're a very go-getting person when it comes to working towards your dreams, but when it comes to love, you don't take enough risks. And that's not to say that you should do things that are dangerous or completely outside of your comfort zone, but you think that you can have what you have, and then that's all you can have. I know that sounds like it doesn't make sense, but I think that you're limiting yourself in this way. In if you're like with a partner who's not treating you the way that you think you should be treated, well, you're like, oh, well, it's better than being alone. Like, there's other things that I like about them too. I think that you're just too quickly willing to settle in love, like willing to place limitations on yourself. We have the 8 of Wands here. I think you're also sort of closed off to love in the sense of you don't like spending time around people a lot. I think you're very introverted. You're much more concerned with being a pet parent. You're somebody who really believes that animals are better than people, and I'm seeing that like with her little bird here. So I think that you have some deep-rooted fears of connection with other people because of the way that you've been treated in the past, whether by like bullying or just being sort of, I don't know if ostracized would be the right word, but like othered in your family, like just kind of feeling lonely. This has taught you to believe that people can't be trusted, and since you're like different and more unique than them, they wouldn't understand you anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you're thinking about this. And so Spirit really wants you to open yourself up to the possibility of connecting like other people like you. I think a lot of you are probably an Aquarius or Aquarius in prominent placements. We have Ace of Swords in reverse here. But Spirit really wants you to open yourself back up to, well, open yourself up if you've never done it before, because I think some of you, this is the first time in your life you're really forcing yourself to open yourself up completely to love. But it's going to be a challenge for you in the sense of you're going to have to learn to expect and think the best of other people. I think you could really benefit from some subconscious reprogramming. If you just search like on YouTube, like self-love, like sleep affirmation tracks, I think that would be a really good place for you to start, because however you're viewing yourself internally, everyone is you pushed out, so they're going to be viewing you the exact same way. So I think that would help you a lot. And subconscious reprogramming, like while you're sleeping, the sleep meditations are the easiest way to do it, because your subconscious is completely open, it's permeable while you're sleeping, and I think that this is an area that you might have struggled in for a long time, and I think that you're ready to put the struggle behind you, because I see the sun here as well. You're ready to have a partner. You're ready to have somebody, a travel partner, a business partner, a best friend. You're ready to walk into this next chapter of your life with someone who is going to be in for the long haul with you. Because I just split the deck too, and I'm seeing the world. So many pairs here. We have the pairs here, the pairs here. You're looking for your other half right now. This is an important part of your life where you're trying to find this and cultivate it. And so that's the key to opening this chapter of your life off for you, and not allowing your subconscious beliefs to block it off, block off your blessings. So we're going to go ahead and finish off your reading with some messages from the Mystic Martian Oracle deck. If you are an Aquarius, or just in general your unique self, you'll like these cards because they are just as unique as you are. Spirit, go ahead and tell me final messages for my pile of 2. Okay, we have Guardians, manifesting, multi-dimensional perception, and attunements. Get the sense that you guys in general are like, this is my pile, and granted I haven't done pile 3 yet. This is my pile in this one though, where you're really good at manifesting. And I think that's because you know who you are. Even though we can always be doing more self-love, everybody could always be giving themselves more self-love, sure. You have a really concrete idea of who it is you are. You're very comfortable living your truth and living your authenticity. And on the back of the deck, we have Venusians, romance, soulmates, empathy. So you definitely are naturally kind of manifesting this energy into your life. So if you want to take it to the next level, take my advice in this video of listening to those sleep tracks. Oh my God, we have it again. We have Nagas, lovers, erotica, sensuality. I'm gonna cover that up. Sorry, YouTube. But that's crazy. So this is definitely something that's coming into your life already, because like I said, you're better at manifesting than other people, because not a lot of people really know who it is that they truly are. They're not very comfortable with that. And you are somebody who is able to look yourself in the eye and be comfortable with your authenticity, be comfortable with all you are. I think that you're very comfortable with your shadow self as well, and this is kind of what speeds up your manifestations. But Spirit is saying right now too, this is going to be your last message, I just need to throw this in here unrelated to love. Spirit really wants you to connect with a community. I guess it is kind of related to love. Spirit really wants you to find a group of like-minded people. If you're an artist, a group of like-minded artists, writers, a book club, spiritual people, whatever it is. Find a group of like-minded individuals, put that energy out into the universe that you would like to find your tribe, and this is coming in for you as well. So not only are you manifesting romantic love, you're manifesting a tribe of people. And I think that's really something that will change your perception of yourself, and also just the way that you go about living your life in general, because you'll have more people to confide in. I just saw 1111 too. So be on the lookout for this. Sit with yourself and ask yourself, where is it that you would want your ideal tribe of people to be? What would they like? What would your identity be in this tribe of people? And how would your unique soul's vibration resonate with these people? So that is all I have for you, Pile 2. I really enjoyed doing your reading. If you liked it, please do leave me a like on this video. Leave me a comment letting me know if it resonated. And if you like my vibe, please do stay and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. But either way, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the little goth unicorn, you are in the right place. So we're going to see first, starting off with the Astro Oracle, to get an idea of your energy right now towards self-love. See what blockages are coming through there before we hop into the tarot and get some advice. I'm going to keep this actually. So we have Leo immediately. So some of you could be Leos in some significant places in your birth chart, or overall you're just coming off in this confident energy right now. Specifically, like if you guys are Leo risings, you have really nice hair. I just saw 33. Tell me about my Pile 3, Spirit. It's probably why you picked this pile. I feel like 3 is a lucky number for you. We have Descendant, Invitation. Okay. Some of you are like stepping back into your power after a chapter of your life that felt like not so confident. this is obviously a timeless reading, but if you're watching this when I post it, we are moving from winter to spring. So it makes a lot of sense that I feel like a lot of people get less confident because you just like, you relax a lot during the winter. You're not going out as much. So now as like we transition into the warmer months, you're feeling more confident because that feels like your domain. Like that's the time where you feel the most alive. We have Aries acts. Ooh, lots of fire energy with this. Leo, Aries placements could be relevant. Also, I'm getting the Fool with the number 1 on that Aries card too. So you're definitely undergoing some kind of new beginning here. A new chapter in your first house, I think. First house of self. You're creating a new identity, a new self-concept. Okay, we have 27 Pluto. Yeah, I think that a lot of you had a hard time over the last couple of months. I'm here maybe over the last 6 months for a lot of you. And this is you kind of like being reborn from that point because you had to, maybe you had like, some of you had like a tower moment. You had to destroy like the old in order to create this new identity, this new version of self. We have 6th house sustainability. You've created a lot of new good habits surrounding your everyday routines. You could be eating a lot healthier. You could just have like a new diet in general. Some of you could have gone like vegan, keto even, just eating better, working out. You're bettering your spiritual health. You're just really happy with the new routines that you've created or you're like putting into place, creating now. And that makes a lot of sense. You guys might have been doing some work around the self-concept and that's why you're able to like be installing these new routines because you're like, how does this version of myself show up? We have Mars, motion, so much fire energy with you, pile 3. I didn't grab this many cards either for the other piles. And for that, that just makes me think that you are somebody who's super extra. You're somebody who is always doing the most. You're somebody who stands out and you're naturally attractive to other people. You have Uranus change. I'm going to do one more actually. I've seen lots of angel numbers in your pile. We have 22, 44. I saw the 33 on the camera too. We have North Node future. Yeah, this is like, you're at a big turning point in creating the life that it is that you want. I think that a lot of you use this time in your life that was kind of harder to go through this big spiritual awakening. I think it was a painful part of your life that you turned into something beautiful and better and like realized that you are much more in control of your circumstances than you realize. Getting law of attraction specifically, you guys might be really into that right now. And that might be where this self-concept work is coming from as well. If that doesn't resonate, just like going to therapy, journaling, getting to know yourself a little bit better. So that is where you are right now, pile 3. Let's get some messages from the tarot and see what kind of love you are attracting into your life and what is blocking off this love, if anything, from coming into your life. Give it, and I'm going to shuffle it 3 times for you because you're my pile 3. One more time. Okay. Spirit, please come through and help me channel this message for my pile 3. Is love being blocked off? Okay, we have the Page of Wands. You're taking slow, long strides towards love right now because when we see somebody walking on stilts like that, I almost forgot what those were called. It takes them a longer time to like go forward because they have to like maneuver it around. But when they do, they take big steps. So you're taking big, slow, like methodical steps. And I think that's because you've been fucked around in love before and now you're not like in a position where you're trying to rush into love with anybody. So you're taking a slower approach to these things. We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. I do think your past experiences in love have made you a little bit cynical about just having fun with somebody. And I think that's why you are so slow and methodical. I think that you want like a super serious relationship, like you want the one, or you don't want anything at all. And this is a reminder from the universe that sometimes things can just be fun. And I'm not saying like you have to participate in hookup culture or whatever, but sometimes you can just go out on dates and you never know unless you try. So Spirit's kind of saying like put yourself out there a little bit more. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there more. Because even if you don't think you're going to meet the one on like a dating app, you can still like have fun, go on a date, practice. We have the Devil here. Some of you could struggle or have struggled in the past, I think is more accurately, with issues of codependency. And now it's making you really wary to re-enter relationships in the future because you've created this new independent identity, this like boss woman, boss man energy. And you're afraid if you get back in a relationship, like it's going to be exactly how it was before. We have the Hierophant here. You're also just kind of relying on the universe, on God, whatever you believe. You're relying on that to bring love into your life. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's totally fine. I think it's good to have trust. So I wouldn't necessarily say that's a blockage. Okay, we also have the High Priestess. Lots of major arcana. 3 out of the 5 cards are major arcana. But also Spirit's kind of saying too, and that's what I was waiting for the clarifier to talk about the Hierophant a little bit more. Spirit's kind of saying with this Hierophant, like, yes, part of the process is to trust, but part of it is also to trust in yourself. Like, if you're trusting in the universe, like, as within, so without, like, the universe wants you to trust yourself a little bit more and trust that you know what you're doing. You know where your intuition is leading you. And listening to that pull just a little bit more when it comes to love, I think, is good advice for you right now. And as far as whether your inner voice is coming from a place of fear or a place of intuition, just ask yourself, like, how does it feel? Does it feel like emotionless? Because that's more intuition. If it feels charged by an emotion, that's, in my experience, something that's coming from like ego or a place of fear. We have the Queen of Swords here. And the full moon on that card is really standing out to me as well. It's making me think of just like a release of emotions. That makes a lot of sense because I think I had a similar message in one of my other piles. I can't remember which one it was in this video. But I think that you're very uncomfortable with releasing your emotions. Maybe in the past, like, you've been more of a reactive person, and now you feel like you've mastered your emotions. But with that, it's like a double like a double-edged sword, and you feel that you can't ever like express those things without being taken, like you're being dramatic or not taken seriously enough. So those are the major things blocking you off right now. We also on the back of the deck have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like some of you could be mothers, you could be fathers. There could be just a child in the picture in general, whether it's your child or somebody else's child. That could be a reason that you're feeling like you can't date right now. So that is all I have for you with the tarot, and let's go ahead and finish off the reading with some messages from the Oracle. Okay. It seems like overall, actually all of my piles in this video have been in a pretty good place, I think, energetically. And it's just like those little things that keep us stuck in limiting beliefs. I'm going to give it one more shuffle. These are so hard for some reason to shuffle. Okay. Spirit, please come through and help me channel this message for my pile 3. Okay, we have the Merkaba, number 33. Yeah, 33 is a really significant number for you. We have movement, long-distance travel, excitement. You could be going on a trip soon, and this trip could be bringing some new love into your life, whether it's friendship, romance. You could be going on a family trip as well. Could just be celebrating familial love. We have blue avians, philosophy, releasing karma, mysticism. Interesting, yeah. You're definitely like, I said this is big first house energy, and I agree with that still, but first house and ninth house energy for sure, of like expanding yourself, of philosophy. You're really on like your spiritual expansion shit right now. Okay, we have 24 Venusians, romance, soulmates, empathy. Very nice. I feel like you're being a better friend to yourself as well. You're being more supportive to yourself as well. There is a chapter coming next because You've built yourself up from whatever it is the last chapter held in store. There's a chapter coming up where you have the opportunity to be more soft and more tuned into your artistic side, to your receiving energy, and be more tuned into that feminine energy. Okay, and finally we have the Kabbalah, Tree of Life, Integration, Life Lessons, Emanation. Beautiful. So largely this is just a really spiritual time for you, and I think that you're enjoying it and you're looking to shake things up soon and keep on the lookout for that long distance trip I think that's coming, and will connect you either with friends, lover, or family in general. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 3. I definitely enjoyed doing it for you. If you did, leave me a like on this video and a comment letting me know if it resonated. And if you like my vibe, please do stay and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. But either way, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week. Bye.